everybody, and welcome back to Nefarious TV. Today we are doing something a little different, and I'm super excited to share it with you all. This is a collaboration video I did with the one and only Night Terror. Please make sure to go right over to his YouTube channel and subscribe to him after you watch the video. I will link him in the description. I promise you, you'll be so happy that you did. The story we narrated is written by PN_Wood_Writes in the form of a transcript, and it's pretty awesome if I do say so myself. So turn the volume up and let's get started. I hope I don't get into a ton of shit for this. I work in city records for a little town in the Cascade foothills near Seattle. I transcribe audio from city council meetings, town hall sessions, and police interviews. I'm not supposed to talk about the police interviews, but this one is just so goddamn strange I couldn't help myself. I made a copy and I'm posting it below. I could really use your guys' help figuring out what the hell happened to this guy. Audio transcript of suspect number 1277 interview. 17 November 2018. Black Diamond Police Station. 25510 Lawson Street, Black Diamond, Washington. Hey, David. Look at me. You're gonna be okay. Take a minute to gather yourself, but then we have to talk, okay?
Alright.
Look, I know this is gonna be hard, but we have to understand what happened. The responding officer found you and Lyle's body... and Lyle in the old clear cut north of the road. How did you guys end up there with your rifles?
We were at the gun range off 292nd, and we've been shooting for about an hour when it started getting dark.
Yeah, I know that one. Cascade rifle, right?
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I went shooting up there a few weeks ago with my kid. That pistol master's kind of a dick, though.
Mm-hmm, for sure. I mean, he was on the rifle range today and he kept talking shit about Lyle shooting. Every time Lyle would miss, he'd make some snide remark and never said anything of the dozen times he nailed the bull. I wish I was half as good a marksman as Lyle was.
That's so. Let me ask you something, David. You get jealous of Lyle often?
What? No, we've been friends since college. Do you think I did this on purpose?
Hey. No. No, I don't think you did this on purpose. I suspect that this was just a big, unfortunate mistake. But Jesus Christ, David, you were leaning over his body, screaming. What was it you were screaming? And you were screaming, why couldn't you have just got out of the way? You gotta admit that looks kind of suspicious, especially considering you two were both going after the same job. And he got it.
The job? Are you kidding me? You think I'd kill a friend of 11 years because his firm presented a better pitch to the county? This happened because of the
fog? Yeah, the intake officer mentioned something about that in his report too. You said the fog was trying to take you both, or... Engulf. Engulf was the word you used. Good vocab.
You don't understand. You didn't see what we saw. We need to get someone out there, military, scientists, a priest, I don't fucking know. But there's something in the woods near the range.
Alright. Then help me understand. What happened after the range closed?
We left, and for some reason we thought it'd be fun to try and bag a deer.
That reason wouldn't happen to be bourbon, would it? Yeah. The flasks are in the evidence locker right now. I hope you realize how fucking bad of a choice that was. But what the hell? I guess acting like teenagers isn't against the law. Continue.
we decided to walk along the high-tension trail over to the clear cut. There's just so many deer in there at dusk, so... Anyway, we were just coming up to the first transmission tower off the road when the fog started piling up, and by the time we turned down the ATV track, it was up to our shins.
Yep. It's always amazing how quick that happens in the fall.
I know, but this was even weirder than normal. We were walking along the line, and I saw the mist slither by Lyle's leg like a snake. It was a creepy visual, but I didn't think anything of it until Lyle shouted, "What the fuck just touched me?" he said. I looked and saw one of those big tufts of grass next to his knee. It's cool, man, I said. You just brushed some weeds is all. Anyway, we carried on through the woods between the houses at the back and out into the cut. When we got there, the fog was floating right at about head height. We could see the ground and the shrubs, but mist was just pouring down from the way we'd come. We couldn't see the moon, but it must have been full because the fog was all lit up like one of those ceiling fixtures with opaque glass. I don't think we would have been able to see it all if it was fully dark.
It? You already said you couldn't see the moon. What do you mean by it?
The shape.
The shape.
Yeah, a shape. It's kind of like a person, but more formless. It drifted out from one of the big stumps coming towards us. It was like some mind had condensed the fog into something physical.
Uh-huh. And, how did you guys react to this, shape?
Well, we were both totally stunned at first, and then it came closer. It seemed to reach out for Lyle. I didn't know what would happen if it touched him, but I knew it couldn't be good, so I lined up a shot and I fired. I heard the bullet thud into the stump like it had hit nothing, but as the round passed through the shape, it just fell apart into the mist. "Let's get out of here," yelled Lyle. I went to run, but something was binding my lower half. It felt like I was buried in sand up to my waist. I just couldn't move. The fog had been oozing in from the power line trail, and it piled up in the cut, and it had a hold of me. "Help!" I yelled to Lyle. He looked for like all of half a second, and then he just ran like a fucking coward.
Wow. He just left you? I mean, if I was that scared, I'd be pretty pissed too.
Yeah, I guess. Maybe that's what gave me the strength to break out.
You broke free from the mist.
Yeah, I fought like a bastard to tug myself out. I struggled so hard I could feel the sweat chilling my skin as it rolled down my neck, but suddenly I just popped out like a cork.
And that's when you went after Lyle.
Yeah, he may have bailed on me, but I wasn't going to do the same for him. I chased off in the direction I'd seen him go, and the fog was just so thick and bright around me I couldn't see anything. I crashed through Salal and Blackberry, calling out his name. Off to my left I heard a strangled gasp, so I just sprinted that way. Finally, about 4 feet in front of me, I saw him. Lyle was hands and knees on the ground, trying to pull away from the shape which had hold of his ankle. It was crawling over and around him, slithering up his legs, smothering his whole body in mist. He let out a choked gasp as it engulfed his head and started spreading towards me. It just kept growing bigger, and I didn't know what to do, and all I knew was that a gunshot had made that terrible thing go away before I looked down the barrel at this monstrosity creeping across the ground, and I shot it. And then there was Lyle on the ground, all still. Just still. And there was all that red around him.
Alright, David, alright. Look, I'm gonna make sure that somebody's in here defending you before you tell that story to anybody else, okay? You got me? Don't tell that story to anybody else until somebody is in here defending you. And I'm sorry, but I won't be seeing you at church tomorrow. But I'll definitely